Hello, it's Maggie, the Cheshire Crafter here. Today I want to talk to you about how I drew this pastel drawing on pastel paper from a scene from Peaky Blinders, the very successful BBC television show. And I wanted to do it because my art tutor had thrown down the gauntlet to me. I think he thought that I was frightened of colour and that I was only using black and white graphite pencils. Well, I was really wanting to get the drawings right before I went anywhere near colour. But I absolutely threw him when I took this along one day, and I said, "Do you want to see what homework I've done?" We hadn't actually worked on hands at this point. He hadn't taught us that. So from what I learned about drawing hands and pastel, I learned off YouTube channels. And I must say I'm quite pleased with the outcome. This was the two ladies, I can't remember the names, but they were meeting in a bar. And I really liked the smokiness and the storytelling of handing over the cigarette, the scotch on the bar. But it was the reflection that really drew me to want to study this and how to draw a reflection in detail, and why I wanted to do it in pastel. I only wanted to do it in pastel because he wanted us to approach pastels. Now, I'd had a set that was 25 years old. I bought a set when I was doing my botanical illustrations, and I'd never used them. They're just a simple WHSmith set. I have to say, for student artists, they're really good. And what I did, I took the pastel pencils out with me. Got them to a really good sharp point, and in addition to using the pencils, I used the sticks. But to get the detail, I'm going to go in for some detail here. So for some fine detail on the glass and the reflection, I really needed quite a sharp point here to pick out some detail. It's meant to be cut glass crystal, isn't it, and then a reflection. To get the detail in the nails, and particularly the points of the nails, I needed the pencil. The stick wasn't good enough. The stick was good enough to get the effects of curtains and the smokiness behind, and the ring and the bracelet. And as I did it, I realised I truly had to get the proportions right. And the way I did that was I used a ruler and I just measured, well, actually, how high up. In the first place, I've got to get dead centre correct with the cigarette. How high up is it? So how high up is that cigarette to reflect at the bottom here? How high up are the fingers to reflect here? And what's going to stop the reflection? I can't remember why there was no reflection at this point. Maybe there was something there. Maybe there was a coaster on because this is glass. This implies glass, this section. But I need to do the whole hand here. And I have to say, he was absolutely amazed. And he doesn't actually give any praise. He just says, "Oh, yeah, well, we're going to do hands in a couple of weeks." And I thought, well, yeah, I know, but it wouldn't have done you any harm just to say, "Oh, that's really good." The other people in the art class just said, "Oh, my goodness me, how have you managed to do that?" And I've just said, well, trial and error, really. Apart from wasting my time, the only thing I've wasted, if I get it wrong, is a piece of paper. And at the end of the day, if I get it wrong, it's not cost me a fortune. And actually, those pencils and pastels that I'd had sitting in the cupboard for 25 years, I've now started to use them. It's the only pastel I think I've done. It isn't my work of choice because it rubs off so easily. Fixing it, I used a very cheap hairspray to fix over it, which is probably artists would have a fit at that. But it did, and I think for a first attempt, that's not bad. I'm quite happy to discuss it with you and talk it through. When I wanted to get a reflection on something, perhaps on the ring, was pastel high enough? I don't know. I think if I was doing multimedia, I might have used a gel pen, or perhaps on the top of a bracelet. But for this, I wanted it to be pure pastel and not cheat, as I call it. So what do you think? Do you think that's a success, a failure, Where do you think I've done it right? Where do you think I've gone wrong? What would you have done differently? Let me know what you think in the comments. And I hope you've overall enjoyed watching this video and that you come back and join me very soon. So for now, this is Maggie. It's now June. This was done in March. We're now about 3 months on, and we've now got a nice evening, a June evening in March. So from Chester, this is Maggie, the Cheshire Crafter, saying bye for now. See you soon.